Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name of course is Resonant and we are back in Bellum Imprerii. Now this of course is the single player Roman mod for Mount & Blade Warband. Now I've done a lot of what if videos in Mount & Blade Warband so far, and I did one previously of 200 legionaries in this mod. And of course Clash of Kings, I've done some good ones in that one, and if you want to go and check that out, go and look around my channel if you haven't already. But let's get straight into this video. So today we are back in Bellum Imprerii. We are fighting the Suebi again. They have 138 men and I have 150 Roman veteran auxiliary archers. Now in Roman times they hired non-Romans basically to be auxiliaries. They were sort of support troops and a lot of them were archers. And these archers were pretty devastating. The Roman archers that they had from the auxiliaries could deal a lot of damage. They had some pretty decent armor as well. But let's have a look, see what they're like in this game. So let's see about themselves. They have very good strength. That seems like a lot of the Romans have very decent strength. Maybe that's a bit of a trait of all of them. They have good charisma and pretty good agility. So, of course, their power draw is pretty high, and their archery is 125, but their proficiencies in other weapons, they are very low, so let's hope we can keep them afar from the enemy and not get them into close combat, because that will not end very nicely. So let's go into this battle against 138 of these guys. Now, we slightly outnumber them, but of course we don't have the melee edge here, so we're going to have to stick back. And we're going to have to see what we can do from afar with our archers. So let's charge them into battle. Now, what we're going to have to do probably is let's get all our guys and let's move back up here. Come on, lads. Come on, let's move back up to this hill. This mod is a very good looking mod. They have put some graphic enhancements onto this mod. Now, I have turned banners off just for this video. I might turn them on if it gets a bit confusing, but it shouldn't do since we all have the same troops. Now here we have our auxiliary archers. Let's see what kind of damage these guys can do. Here they are, they're starting to shoot. Okay, in come cavalry. We need to watch out for this. The cavalry are going to probably do quite a lot of damage to the archers if they can't deal with them soon. But it looks like they are taking out the horses pretty decently. These archers need to take out the cavalry though before they get close, because the cavalry is going to do a lot of damage to them. They seem like they're doing a pretty decent job though. But can they take out all the cavalry, or will it be too much? I think what they need to do is take out as many of these cavalry people as possible before the infantry get here, so then they can focus fire on the infantry, because the infantry will wipe them up. There isn't too many cavalry, so they should be okay in that aspect. Now, we kind of need to get these guys finish off the cavalry so we can focus on the infantry very, very quickly. One archer is down, and down goes another. The infantry is coming up fast. They really need to get back into position, and they need to fire at will on the infantry. Here come the infantry coming up fast. Come on, come on, come on. Get into position. Can they do it? I don't know. This might be a bit of a stretch too far for the archers, but maybe they're going to have a chance taking out the infantry. Here they go. They're taking out some infantry. Bit of a headshot there. Is there just going to be too many to take out there? I think that cavalry was a bit of a burden to the archers. But will the infantry be able to get close? They don't seem to be able to get too close so far, but a berserker is getting in. Oh dear, he's going to do a lot of damage to these archers, but he has been shot in the head. The archers are getting a lot of kills here, though. That is very impressive. I'm very impressed with them. But the infantry, they're starting to get a lot closer. Their shields seem to be too much for the archers' bows. They're doing quite a lot of damage at close combat. What is the score at the moment? We have 137. They have 80, but they are slowly catching up with us. They have a lot of men. Can our guys fend them off? I don't know. They are very bad in melee. So I really don't think they're going to be able to fend off from these. Oh dear. They are getting absolutely slaughtered by these Germanic tribes. There's still some archers down here trying to shoot as much as possible. Their advantage is at range. As soon as it gets close, they're just going to get slaughtered, as we can see here. This whole right flank has been absolutely slaughtered by the Germanic warriors. Let's see if we can save this archer here. Oh, we were too late. There was just too many. He couldn't do it. Oh no, this archer. Watch out, mate. We have a few lone archers here. They are getting quite a few kills, actually. But will it be enough to fend off from the Germanians? How many are left? So they have 20 and we have 55. I think we might be able to just about destroy the Germanians here. Hopefully. Maybe. The archers are getting some kills, but will it be enough? Will it be enough to take out these remaining Germanians? I really don't know. Let's see if we can give them a little bit of help here. We have a big squadron of archers down here at the back. Maybe they can get in and help a bit. But it looks like our guys will be able to finish off these Germanians. But it has definitely been a close battle. I don't think they would have been able to do that if there had been any more cavalry or any more infantry, really. We just about won that battle there. 2 more guys to finish off. I don't know why he threw that javelin right into the air, but he has been shot. And we survived with 39 men left from 150. The amount of losses were insane there. So I'm going to regroup our men, and then we're going to see if we can take out a castle. Okay, so we are back here now. We have plenty of food. We've got our 150 auxiliary archers back, and we're going to see if we can really take out a castle here. We have 162 Swebi encamped inside a fort here. I'm going to try and pronounce it. Lupfurdum. That's as close as we're going to get so far. But what do they have? They have a berserker in there. They have a lot of skirmishers, which we kind of need to worry about, and spearmen and warriors. The horsemen shouldn't be too much of an issue there. So let's prepare the assault, and let's see if we can get in there. And it looks like we're going to be attacked from behind, maybe. No, okay, is he running away? Will we be able to do it before we get attacked? How long is it going to take to build this battering ram? Okay, one of your advisors tells us you found rats in your provisions. That's terrible. Destroy the contaminated supplies. Let's kill as many as we can. Okay, we are losing a few men, which isn't very good. So we have lost a number of men. But our scouts have found the defenders have poisoned the water with dead animals. Oh dear, this is not going well. Spy some water from merchants. That should be. We've got plenty of money. But we have lost a fair amount of men. These sieges are absolutely brutal when it comes to it. Just them poisoning us and things like that. Yes, you can have that, dude. I don't need him anyway. And we are actually being attacked. I think this is going to be our end. We have 141 against 130. We might be able to do it, but then again, it's going to be a pretty close one. We need to get to a point where we can see them from afar, and hopefully they don't charge us with too many cavalry. So let's set up our men here. There we go. It seems like sieging in this mod is extremely tricky. As you remember in the last one, I wasn't actually able to siege at all. You just lose a ton of men if you try and siege a castle. Maybe there's a better way of doing it. I don't know. I've not played this mod too much, other than in the past a long time ago. But our archers are starting to fire. Here come the cavalry. Can they take out these horses before they get closer? I think that's kind of their job. They need to be able to take out these horses quicker. They didn't do it too well last time. Hopefully they should. Watch out. You got a guy coming really close. Can you take him out? Nice. He's down. Let's see how many of these horses I can help them with. Just so they can focus on the infantry as soon as possible. And that was terrible by me. That was absolutely shocking. But our archers seem to be doing a pretty decent job of taking out these horsemen. There we go. Down they go. Okay, the infantry are coming up, guys. We need to start focusing on the infantry as soon as possible. Okay, the spearmen are starting to take arrows. The infantry are getting very close. Our archers are going to want to start firing at them very, very soon. Here they go. Here we go. Here we go. Will they be able to get close? Hopefully they can destroy these infantry before they can even get close, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen, especially on that right flank here. We have a lot of men going up here. Of course, the infantry don't really seem to want to attack the left flank like they did in the last battle. Oh my god, this is a slaughter. These archers are absolutely destroying them. They're breaking their shields, and as soon as their shields are down, they just come in with barrages of arrows. Our archers are doing a very decent job. Any man without a shield is getting slaughtered by these arrows. And we have all these archers here that are still able to fire because they are not being charged in melee. So that's very advantageous for these guys because they don't actually have to fight in melee. Because as we saw before, these archers really don't have much of a chance in melee, if I'm going to be honest. There we go, one down. Another man down. Beautiful. Oh dear, oh dear. Ow, the pain, the pain. Let's sort this out. Let's get all these guys killed. Our archers are pretty much mopped up, all of them. They have 3 men left. Wow, we really won this battle. pretty well, actually. They did a lot better than they did in the last battle, which I'm very impressed by. So these auxiliary archers can do a lot of damage. Now, something I would say if you're going to really do this is, of course, I would get a ton of these auxiliary archers, but I don't think you should get them just on their own. If you had a line of infantry in front of them, or even like 50 legionnaires and then like 100 archers, you would absolutely swamp them, because the legionnaires are absolutely amazing, as you probably saw in the last What If video. If you want to go and see that, go and check out my channel. But yeah, so these guys work very well on their own, but if you want to have a lot less casualties, obviously you're going to want to pair them with some melee troops or maybe even cavalry, but we'll see about that. But that's about it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, remember to leave a like. If you didn't, you know what to do. Remember to leave your suggestions in the comments for more What If videos, but stay subscribed to the channel for more content on Mount and Blade and Bannerlord and all that good stuff. But until then, I will see you in the next one.